it's starting. And I am live. So hi everyone and welcome to my channel Hisame Artwork. Today I'm going to continue to color page 30, continue coloring pages from my comic book Niels Feynman, and today we are at page 34. Let's see, sound seems to be working, video seems to be working. If there are any issues, please let me know. Started the stream, we can talk there. Okay, so today I'm going to continue color the pages. Hi Anna, how are you? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? Let's see, I get an older page so I can get the colors out there for the characters, but I think I'll go get the character sheet because I have all my color palettes there. You can hear me good. Now I'm gonna wait for June because I have to explain some stuff to her, so until then we can talk about Game of Thrones. Oh, and I gotta get Niels's character sheet here as well, so I have the colors. So on that channel, Ideas of Ice and Fire, and also on Preston Jacobs' channel, they go outside of the books and generally into George R.R. Martin's greater body of work, and where he took inspiration, and you know, the people that have influenced his work, like other contemporary writers. I'm sure you know the story about how a friend of his told him, you know, put dragons in your story, it's gonna make it a lot better, and so he listened to her. And one of the main reasons I got into Game of Thrones were the dragons. So the lady was definitely onto something, and she was a fellow writer. But the video that I gave you talks about how Lovecraft influenced George R.R. Martin's work, and how you have like these really big and powerful aliens that wanna dominate Planetos, and how the White Walkers and the Children of the Forest and so on are just pawns in these celestial beings game. Hi Ada, how are you? I was talking to Anna about George R. R. Martin. I don't know, have you started to watch the Game of Thrones show? They're gonna do noise under my window. He talks about it's my own reading list. The books he talks about, it's in my to read list. Ah, sorry, I read it wrong first time. Yeah, they're definitely very interesting books. I'm not that into horror. I know you like horror, I don't like horror. So what I did was, because I didn't have the patience to read Lovecraft, and I'm not that big of a fan of Lovecraft's writing style anyway. There are some videos, I think in Alt-Shift-X, where he kind of explains the Lord of the Rings and the Lovecraft lore explained. Exploring the Cthulhu mythos. The Great Dreamer. So this is kind of what I listen to. Yep, this is the next comic page, Ada. This is page 34, and I'm coloring it now. Hi Kay, how are you? How is life? How's it been going? Long time no gossip. No visit, sorry. I remained fixed on all the stuff that I have to do, and I'm doing a lot of stuff at the same time, so my brain is kind of putting out the wrong words. Martin added too much lore. Yeah, for sure. He started. I think the stuff that he likes most of all is world building, and it kind of got out of hand and it's just super big. But it was, you know, like Tolkien's problem as well. Like Tolkien wrote more lore than actual story. Hello Hisame, lol, gossip, doing fine, lifting weights because I'm still trying to improve. You're still fat, I'm sorry. Oops, the brush is too big. It does this Clip Studio Paint if I open the tablet after I start the program, then it doesn't work properly and I gotta close it. Yes, confirm changes, and I gotta open it again. What's send zoned? Anyway, so Hisame, did you take a look at that music artist I mentioned? No, I like completely forgot. It's on my to-do list. Or it's not, I should add it. Visit artist Kay told me about. I'm reading a lot of complaint about Twin Peaks 3. Yeah, you know, a lot of people are gonna complain about everything. It's just the way it is. If you're a artist and you're creating content, there are gonna be people that are gonna be upset with what you did for whatever reason. Okay, where's my folder? There we go. So I have the colors for Erwin. There we go. Yeah, I mean, even for Game of Thrones, the people start complaining before anything even happens. Like in season 6, they had 5 minutes of Euron. And so people are like, oh, he's not correctly portrayed, he's not like in the books, and I'm like, boo, boo, Dan and Dave, hope you die, and stuff like that. And now in season 7, when they got more than 5 minutes of the character, they're like, oh, finally they changed him, they're doing it right, good thing they listened to us and our great advice. And I'm like, seriously? It's too slow and wins 5 episodes to the end. You're talking about Twin Peaks or Game of Thrones, Anna? Cause I haven't gotten into Twin Peaks yet. I mean, been kind of avoiding it, I guess. No, this other blue and some gray. Doesn't really matter which one, it's so small. About Twin Peaks, it reminds me of Yu-Gi-Oh! 30 minutes talking about 2 cards, lame. Yeah, I don't like TV shows that have too much talking. I'm more in for the special effects. I never liked Yu-Gi-Oh! Kinda lost track of Naruto as well. It got really boring. It's just full of subplots and I don't know how all will be dealt. Yeah, I mean, I'm still waiting on Gendry to stop rowing. I think everybody knows the memes about Gendry plot boat. And like all the characters' plots. Now he's dead, so that's finished. Dead, 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 dead. So that's mystery solved. So I think you're still a bit behind, Anna, because you haven't watched the show. You like only know the book, and since the book hasn't been updated in many years, you have like a lot of open-ended plots that haven't progressed for you. Minutes and minutes of weird stuff, mute scenes, and no supernatural. Yeah, I don't like things that are like too artsy and try to be super intellectual. Like they always come off as hipsters and it's boring for me. Like anything that the Nolan brothers make is geared towards hipsters. I mean, it's interesting to watch Westworld just because it has cowboys and Indians and fighting and stuff like that, but the story is like super pretentious and kind of boring to me. I have 5 people watching. Hi there, everyone, because I'm only talking to 3 of you, so I don't know who the 4th person is, but hi there. Westworld, cowboys. So it looks super nice. I like how Westworld looks, and you have a lot of gunslingers and fighters, and the costumes are super awesome. I just love this robot. He looks so awesome. Well, and the actor looks good too. But he's a host. But overall, like, the story is kind of meh. I'm not that interested in it. Maybe because, you know, it's just the first season and it kind of takes a while before you get to know all the characters and start to have reasons to care for them. Like for me in Westworld, there are no characters that I'm rooting for or was kind of really into. I started watching Westworld for Anthony Hopkins just because I love him as an actor. He's very good. No, this is not the right red. There was a bit of light there. I'll open this other file here. Oh, I got the right one. It was super close shade of red. Where is my cable? Oh, there it is. And for Game of Thrones as well, I started watching for Sean Bean. So I think they discovered something, you know, Game of Thrones, HBO, that for new series you have to bring in like a big actor to get people's attention, but then you don't need him and the expensive stuff that he requires. So Sean Bean, they got rid of him in the first season. Where's I closed it by accident. And also Anthony Hopkins, like he doesn't make it past season 1 in Westworld either. But it's a good strategy. I mean, if you know, if it's a new series, how do you get people involved in watching it? How do you convince them and so it's something worth investing their time in? Sean Bean always, except in Jupiter Ascending. Like that movie was so bad, people joked, "Oh, it was so bad, I couldn't even kill Sean Bean, right?" That was funny. Like if I were to make Niels Feynman into a movie, I'd definitely get a famous actor to play Isaac Newton because he doesn't have that many lines. And it would be not that expensive, and then I get really cheap young actor to play Niels. And that would fit in the budget. Hypothetical budget, which is like never ever enough. But I don't have any dragons, so it should be cheap. Though a talking cat all the time is the same amount of, I think, CGI as in a dragon doing stuff, so I would definitely not do Niels as a feature film, because I just remembered, you know, how bad Garfield looked and how horrible it was, so definitely animation and anime. I wouldn't make Niels into feature film. Like, I don't think it's gotten to this point, and I don't think I could afford to hire CG artists to do proper CGI ever when if I ever had the money. Like, it's all hypothetical. I mean, even my most optimistic views on this is that at some point I'll be able to make it into an animation, but I don't dream of going farther than that. Initially I wanted to do a video game, so kind of that would be the goal. This whole thing was kind of my husband's idea, so, and he wanted to do the video game because he's more of a gamer than animation enthusiast. And he could do the game part, the programming part, sorry. But at the moment he doesn't have time to do it. Maybe next year. It's been a complicated journey for us. And we don't know exactly where we're gonna be next year. And it's kind of been like that for the past few years, so we just have to wait and see when we can do it. We want to do something in the style of Divinity. If you know the gameplay style, it's a turn-based RPG. I don't know. We're at some point we are going to move again. I don't think we're gonna live here for the rest of our lives, but at this point I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see where his work takes him, because he's a nuclear physicist and you can't really do that everywhere you want. You kind of have to be attached to a institution that has the financial resources for it. And it's kind of US, Russia, China, maybe Europe. And you know, it's also a fad, like in the 60s. Hi Caesar. In the 60s, nuclear physics was all the rave, so it was a lot of funding for it. But since then, it kind of fell out of style, and now most of the funding is going towards new materials and physics that deals with materials. I forgot how it's called. I think it might have an obvious name like material physics or something. Hi, can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, you can hear me. Awesome. Coloring here, Erwin. And in panel 4 you'll get to see his little pea dance. Which kind of everybody has to go through that at some point in their life where they can't find the toilet and it's super harsh. But it's definitely easier for boys, I think. For me, it's always been annoying when we're on top of a mountain, we have a long way to go somewhere, and I need to pee, and I just don't have any toilets on the top of the mountain. Yeah, he hasn't been able to go to the toilet since they left their own century. So it's been like 10 hours or something like that, because they left 24th of century Cambridge, then they went to the 21st and they got to meet with Stephen Hawking's. Yeah, he can do his business anywhere. Pretty much. He's a sophisticated cat, so he doesn't like to be a savage. So it's been, I say, like 30, yeah, 34 pages since they started, and he hasn't been able to use the facility since then. I mean, you can say that he went to the toilet before they left a home, but it's been hours ago. Hi, Kirani. Right there. Didn't see you. Can you hear me? Okay. So many people today, super happy. Get to talk to you guys again. Can hear you perfectly, super. I've gotten to page 34 and I've got 15 more pages planned for chapter 2, and we're hoping by December that we're gonna be done. Then we'll see if we manage to. I don't know where June went because I was supposed to talk with her and show her stuff, but maybe her internet fell. She has super stupid crappy internet in Italy. We're playing DDR. What is DDR? Did you see I added you to that Stardew Valley group? And it's super nice. It has a whole bunch of links pinned there by the admin, so you can find all the information you need. There was supposed to be a member from that group to show up and ask me some questions about Stardew Valley. She wanted me to show her something, but I guess she never showed up. Dance Revolution. I did now, and I'm hoping to ease into game evenings again. Thanks for the invite. Oh, cool. Dance Revolution. I don't think I know that one. I'll go check it out. Oops. And the color. There we go. I'll share photos later. Awesome. Today up the crumbs so I can take photos. Tidying up the crumbs. It's a game like in the old arcades. You have to actually dance to play it. Oh, I get it. Now I remember. I think I know it. Domix Comics makes some did some animation about it. Kids were running around with crackers. Yeah, kids will do that. So now Erwin did his business in the bushes. Move the layer. I wanted to move both layers. Why is it not moving both of them? Come on. Oh, because it's selected. Maybe that's it. Weird selection. I'm gonna separate that a bit more so there's more space between the bush and him. Busy mode, love the comics and excited for new ones. Good luck with the stream. Thank you! Good luck with the cleaning. I used to have a cat. It was like a baby. It would do a horrible mess everywhere. It would just, if I forgot the bathroom open, it would just savagely brutalize the toilet paper. And of course, if I left my dresser open, it would go in and take all of my underwear out and just play with it. Because I think it liked the frilly lace of it. My friends used to joke that I have a gay cat that's secretly transvestite and wanted to be a girl cat. And I mean, I partly blame myself for that, if it was true. because I wanted a girl cat and it turned out to be a boy cat, and I was like super disappointed. And so maybe I imposed my wishes on him, and he wanted to fulfill my wishes of being a girl. I don't know why. Or he liked the frilly lace because it was really colorful. And it was just a lot of great fun for him to just ruin my lingerie. I think that was more the case than actually being a transvestite cat. Your cat wanted to be a fancy lady. I mean, my friends would joke about that and think it might have been the case, but I guess we'll never know, because I was never able to get an answer out of him in regards to why did you ruin my underwear. He would just, you know, turn his belly upside down, like whenever he did something bad, and he knew when he did bad stuff, like if he broke things or stuff like that, he knew that he did a bad thing. Because I would get angry at him and be like, why did you do that? Why did you destroy that? Why? And he would just turn belly up like, oh, pet my belly. I'm so innocent and cute and cuddly. Like, don't beat me. Well, even though I never beat him, but like he totally deserved it on some occasions. But I knew he wouldn't understand, but so it was no point in it. Plus, I chose the cat, so I was like, okay, I'm stuck with you now. Poor life choices. Accept the consequences of my decision. Also, he didn't like girls. Like, every time a girl would pick him up, he would fart. And the girl would be like, ew, gross, and would like drop him. It was a weird cat, if I think about it now. I mean, my husband always complained that he's a weird cat, but, you know, since it's your little fur baby, you kinda don't realize how bad it is. Okay, what else? The background, I'll do it later. Okay, and panel 6. Irwin color. You chose the weirdest cat you could. It wasn't much of a choice. Like, I told my uncle, I want an affectionate cat. I don't want a cat that is a douchebag. Like, I want a nice and sweet and cuddly, cute cat. And my uncle was like, okay, I know the cat for you. And he talked to his neighbor, who was this old lady who had a bunch of cats, and she was like, actually first he talked to her husband and was like, can I have the one of your cats? And he was like, sure, please take them. And then he talked to his wife, and his wife was like, okay, you can take that one. Yeah, he was super cute and very useful. Like, the main reason I got him was to get rid of the roach infestation that I had in the whole neighborhood. It was a really severe roach infestation, and cats were like good at getting rid of those, because he was a very good hunter. Like, he used to hunt locusts and grasshoppers and stuff like that, and he did get rid of all the roaches that I had. Like, I stopped having roaches in my house. Hi June, how are you? I was talking about my cat and how useful he was, but really super weird cat. and she's gonna be white. And I'm gonna talk to you now about the where's Niels Feynman, the new sketch, and kind of explain stuff. All cats are weird. Okay. So for page 35, so this is the links, and he's an intern, and you know the comic, he already did work for that. Let's see final. Where's the zoom thingy? So he looks kind of like that, and he's going to be talking to the ginger tabby. Where's the cover on that? So he's gonna be talking to her, and she's going to have a hologram, so she pretends to be the gran. And I'm gonna show you Black Widow. No, Scarlett Johansson. I don't remember which of her films. Scarlett Johansson hologram. This guy's hologram. This guy's. I don't know if you can see very well. Here was hexagons, but like you can do some squares or something like that. Hologram squares. I don't know how to describe them when they're kind of hologram squares. This guy's anime. Like it's in a lot of animes, but I can't find one now apparently. But you know what I mean, you know, it kind of disintegrates into little squares, and she's going to look like this, but just have her, that cat is savage. So she's gonna have her, what is called cleavage zipped up, and her hair tied up in a bob, or what's it called, in a cock. How do I call that? Google Translate. Google Translate. Cock. Romanian. English. No. Cock. Frisura. Bob. Yeah, it's called a bob. Like when. Cock. Bun. Well, you know, the hair up anyway. And then, you know, like Erwin is going on the alley, and let me just show you, where's the print screen? Cignon, maybe. I'm not sure how it's called in Italian. No, I want a bigger resolution. Yeah, this is slightly bigger. So you can see there's alleyway here, and then this bush where he pees, and then he goes in this direction to go and sunbathe like Niels told him. Oh, there's a lot of lag, I think. Okay, and then the intern talks again, and behind him is Gran, and she's actually a robot. The crazy cat lady next door to Isaac Newton is actually a robot suit that the cats use to get around, because some things a cat can't do in the Middle Ages, so they need a human disguise to get some stuff done, like have a place to live and pay rent and stuff like that. So they need the human these guys. And here she has her hand taken off, and you get like wires and circuitry and stuff like that from the robot. And then he has like a toolbox. So something like this, and he gets tools from there to repair the robot. And then Erwin keeps walking on that alley to go to somewhere to sit in the sun, and the intern keeps talking about stuff. Oops. And then you can see here in the background that the granny robot has her face taken off, and she's like a robot face. I mean, you don't need to make her as creepy as the Terminator, but like you get the idea what's underneath. Yep, and then here, so here's the Ginger Tabby, and she's talking to the intern. And then in the last panel, you have the Maine Coon also talking. Let's see. So this is a Maine Coon, and like he's the driver of the robot. And he's gonna come up in later pages. And this is how he looks. And that's page 35. And just to go over it, so first page he's shocked, then he's like wondering, and then he's thinking again, and then he's surprised. Just send me the cover of the actual so I can see the suit the cats are wearing. Oh yeah, very good point. I think I'll send it by email, so you have it, and I'll put it in the drive so you have it at good resolution. Write it down. Send June high res cover, because I think I didn't put it in the drive, and I'm sorry. Close the sticky note so I can still see. I'll put the whole thing like in case, but I don't think there's anything else in there that will be that important later on. But I'll put the whole cover there just in case. Because we have 7 hours of time zone difference, so that makes for slow work sometimes. I would put more of the pages on the drive, but they're just so huge. I don't know if there's gonna be enough room in there. I think at some point I'll need to set up a server and give you access to that. And maybe I'll just delete a bunch of photos that I still have in there. Oh, it's only 7 gig of. Oh, it should fit. Color pages from the plastic. so I can see the changes you made. Yeah, because sometimes I make like little changes for some things. And I forget to tell you every little change. But I have some of the pages, the colored pages there are on the drive, and I'll put more. Let me just put all the finished pages on drive, and that be it. And I have to erase her butthole because she's so she's a cat, but she's pretending to be a medieval cat, but she's actually from the future, so she's not actually gonna show her behind. She has a suit that mimics how it's supposed to look like, but it's not completely faithful. So no buttholes on future cats. Erwin is really naked, and that's gonna be a point of discussion. Nine and panel 10. So it was 10 panels this one. I think next one is gonna be just 8. No, but yeah, only for Erwin. He has them. Now I'm wondering if I've been consistent in my comics. I don't remember now. I'm wondering if he was the same at Stephen Hawking. I'm gonna go to... This is a weird thing to look for. But cats do that, like they turn on you and they show you your butt, which I find it very, very annoying. My cat used to do that all the time. And it was super annoying to me. Oh yes, he has the butt. I am consistent in my illustrations. I have continuity in this very important detail. No, it's not important, but you know. It's just for humor's sake. I think this is the kind of humor that only cat owners will relate to and understand and kind of feel empathy for. I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of things that dogs do that are weird and gross, but I've never had a dog, so I don't know. You're very realistic on that one, June. Donald Duck got banned in Sweden or something like that. I don't remember. Because he's naked, so I might get banned in Sweden as well. Alright, busy man. Oh, okay. So Kirani left. Oh, I forgot to tell you. It's what's it called? This area here is missing. So I drew it in a previous page, and I'm gonna draw it again, and now I'm gonna take that page out to see what I did. No, it's not in... Yeah, it's in new pages, and it was in page 28. I think. Sweden people go around naked all the time. I don't know. Okay, so it's like this area here, and then it was in on what other page? 29, where is it? Yeah, it's no problem, I can draw it back again. And actually, I don't know if it's extruded or not. I mean, here it seems like it's a bit extruded. The quality of the pictures is super crappy. I wish I had someone that lived there and went and took pictures. Yeah, I think I do. But I don't know if they live in Cambridge. No, Samantha lived nearby. No, I don't think she was in London, but I don't have anyone to go take pictures. Kinda have to go by guessing. And now it's a bit darker, and so but I have to draw the line. Okay, so first I'm gonna do the line. Can I move the plant a bit more? Perfect, it's on a separate layer. And I want also Niels and Erwin to enlarge, and hopefully I will like still have room for the speech bubbles. Because like Erwin has to fit in there as well. This actually looks kind of better. And then it's gonna be like a paved path for people to walk around, so I'm gonna keep this one here, and it's gonna be gravel instead of paved stones. Because like here you see it you put grass, and in the other page is when they arrived, which was page 28. You see there's gravel on the ground, and now you put grass. So I'm gonna have to remove the grass from there and move it somewhere else. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna delete it because it's still useful. I'm just gonna move it somewhere else. Oh, there was a line there. Probably gonna need that one. Okay, so now I'm gonna shift it all to black. And just kind of do the pebbles. Now I don't know why I have such a wide variation in my width when I'm drawing now, so maybe I'll correct that later in okay, so it's gonna be pretty much something like that. It goes along the wall and then takes a U-turn and slight perspective that I didn't draw very well. Okay, because I'm not like keeping in parallel with that line. Could be worse, I guess. I don't know. I think my perspective is not going exactly where it should be. I'm gonna draw some lines in Photoshop and then adjust it there, because it's just easier for me to adjust it in Photoshop, because I have that warp tool, which is really cool. So yeah. And also here, the line goes here. Actually, it's gonna be a bit taller. It's not exactly, I mean, it should be taller, I think, or the windows should be lower. I think that's the thing that I need to do. And fortunately you drew it bigger than was necessary. I can enlarge, and you had the extra detail in there, so. And also this is not going in the in the right perspective because I moved it down. So I'm gonna need to adjust this as well. No, because then my windows are not crooked. Are crooked, sorry, and they don't need to be crooked. So I'll just shift them in I think it would be easier to shift them in with the distort tool. And I have a lot of grass on that side and practically no grass on this side, so I'm gonna move some of the grass here. And I'm gonna color that panel once I finish the line art. Okay, so panel 4 is gonna be grass. And this had morning light on it, so kinda now it's not as morning, so maybe this color will be suited just fine. And the wall of the building that Erwin is leaning is the Trinity College. Used to be a church, I think, of some kind, and now it's a library. Okay, 5. Oh yeah, I'm in the right layer. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. It's 4 o'clock. I'm halfway done with the stream. I'm not sure when color the leaf. Maybe I'll move that like closer to his foot so it shows like it was stuck to his foot. This is what I really like about Clip Studio Paint. You can just take out and put in several layers at the time. You can copy and paste. Leaf ink, leaf color. So I want this leaf to stick to his foot like in those toilet gags when the toilet paper gets stuck to his foot. Okay, background color, and so far it's been this pale yellow, and I'm gonna stick with that because like everything is made out of sandstone, of this yellow sandstone. Yeah, but you know, it's kind of Niels' fault because he did all the packing and he didn't take any toilet paper, he didn't take any extra clothing, he just brought some snacks and that was it. This one has 3 windows? No, that one just has 2 windows. Did I put 3 in my sketch? What did I do in my floor plan? Where is it? There it is. No, I only put 2. You put extra windows. Yeah, one page doesn't have enough windows and another page has too many windows. Here, for good measure, you put like extra windows. Or like, oh, I forgot to put enough windows in that panel, so in this one I'm gonna put extra windows. Newton's home? No, this is Newton's home. I put it on the drive. So this is where he lived, and like this would be the crazy cat lady side, and this would be his side. And I mean, I can understand, like, look at this building, like it has 3 windows here, 2 windows here, 1 window there. Here is just something, I don't know what this is. Empty space. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it just kept changing over the years, but we set one floor plan and like in page 20 something is like, this is, it only has 2, so we're gonna be consistent with whatever we started. All the windows are all different. Like, this is like a architect's worst nightmare. So anyway, if you need to understand what to do, like, take this as like law and gold, and here you have 2 windows, and here you have 3, but here you have 2, here you have 2, here you have 1. Oh, it's just such a disaster. But I mean, I did the floor plan, so I'm gonna kind of stick with that. Because the issue is that if you have an image from the inside, you have to put the furniture in, then you don't have enough room. So if you put, let's say, 5 windows from the outside, it looks like it fits, but when you're inside, you don't have room for 5 windows, you only have room for 1 window or something like that. Okay. But this is easy to fix, like, I think I can do it even in Clip Studio Paint. Maybe. For the most part. Yep, so it will be something like this, and then we erase the extra stuff, and it's super easy to erase in Clip Studio Paint. Let's see if I can select it easier this way than fiddling around like that. Steady. I think I went a little bit overboard. And we're good. Oh, and I have some extra windows up here as well. But like, you drew the you drew these windows in a previous page, you know, when Newton gets kicked out, Irwin gets kicked out by Newton, so Newton tries to throw Irwin out the window. Oh, why isn't it not selecting? This is on a different layer? What's wrong with it? Oh, I think it's stuck on something. Yep. Now it works. I totally get why you're confused about it. I made this comic and I'm confused about it. The stupid windows. Now these seem a bit thick to me, so I'm going to try and thin them up. Correct line width. I think this is making them thicker. Scale down. Oops, too much. Oh, okay, perfect. This is super easy. Like, look at what you can do in Clip Studio Paint, and it's super fast, and I don't have to redraw anything. I mean, there's some touch-ups that like need to be done, but overall, it's super easy to make modifications. Life is easy. I made all the windows wrong again. But look at how well you drew the kitty cats. Like, I mean, come on. She looks just like the well, not exactly just like, but she looks very good like the cat from Aristocats. Aristocats mother. Fancy. She's just gorgeous. I can understand why Erwin was kind of trying to seduce her very poorly. He just doesn't have the skills. Because he's a crass jerk. And we'll kind of do the gravel walk there. And it's almost straight. But I mean, even here at the university where I am, like, nothing's straight, nothing's made as well as I would wish it to be. Like, for example, in the laundry room, the laundry machines have numbers and they're not put in order. The machines are not evenly spaced, like there's gaps between them and stuff like that. And doesn't mean that they have a good gravel road, so it's not my fault it's crooked. It's not because I'm a crappy artist or a lazy artist. It's just reality. Or at least that's what I tell myself. I was like, I wouldn't be good in reality either. Like, wouldn't be perfect. Of course, she's a bit bigger than she actually needs to be. Although I could enlarge the other. No, I think it's big enough. Just make her a little bit smaller, because she needs to squeeze her behind in and through this window here. So like she needs to fit through that, because that's where she came out of. And I'm gonna draw some, you know, lines here and just make it an empty space there. I think I should actually like turn her a bit more. Like if she jumped, yeah, I would land there. And I think in panel 4 he's like right in front of the door, so he should actually have some gravel underneath. So I'm gonna move some of the grass up and draw the gravel path. And it should be like smaller because it's in the distance. I didn't tell you all of these details, and I like didn't draw them in the sketch because it's super simple and I can do it myself, and all it just like extra information. We kind of had to go back and forth, so it just didn't seem to me like it was worth bothering you with it. Here, like, it should have been a bit of a pathway, but meh, like too much detail, like people will not notice this anyway. And if it, like, it's a little bit of green stuff in the corner of a panel, it just adds to the confusion. So sometimes I don't even, even if I know there's gotta be a little bit of a corner of something, it just doesn't make for a tidy panel. And we had this in, you know, in film school as well, like you would have to have a frame that is easy to understand and tidy and clean, and like when you look at it, you know what it's supposed to be in there and it's easy to understand. Like sometimes we would remove or, you know, like change the camera angle so that we didn't have stuff in front, because it just takes away from the characters and what's happening if, you know, there are things in the frame that kind of clutter it up. And for panel 5, since there wasn't that much room behind him, I'm just gonna move him to the back of the frame and move the tree as well. No, in fact, I'm gonna move just Erwin, I think. And of course his leaf. I think I should draw, actually I should correct the background. Okay. Where was it? That arrow thing, okay. Control point. Because like here there isn't that much room behind the bush. And I think it would like have some things that would go over him, but I'm not gonna draw those. And I'm gonna turn off Erwin just a bit. Like I remember from, you know, film school how continuity was like always such a big issue, and how to keep everything correct. And, you know, like on the set we would take photographs, you know, of what we filmed, so that after we had finished filming, we needed to film again the next day, that we would be how is it called in English, that the things were consistent. So this is gonna be a bit more of an intense yellow, also because of the sun hitting it, so this is a bit later on. And I think I will have some fun with that line there, just so because I think there's a bit of depth, or at least it should be, because there's some kind of was weird. Little point there. Also in big movies, productions sometimes make mistakes. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, you know, it's like budgetary constraints and like they have to do something, they have to do it quick, and so they'll kind of, okay, it can work like that. But sometimes they make mistakes like stuff moving from one area to the other. Good night, Ada. Thanks for coming. Super happy you got to see what we are doing with the comics. And also Ada, she did some fan art of Erwin and she showed it to me, but she wants to do a better one before she shows you, June. So I'm not gonna show you yet what she did. Yeah, it's Ada. Adam is my brother and Ada is my sister, and to make things more fun, they're twins. It was funny when they were babies and they looked very similar because you know babies and they had the same hair color. And it was like one baby is Ada, one baby is Adam, which is which. But you can tell the difference. My brother always had a big nose, even as a baby. Like, okay, the one with the big nose is the boy with the bigger nose. I'm exaggerating. It wasn't big because it was a baby nose, but it was like the bigger nose. And also the head was bigger. I mean, you could tell them the difference between them easily if they were one next to the other, but like if they weren't, for strangers it was like difficult. Because babies kind of look the same. So if they were not used to like their faces, it's kind of difficult for other people to tell. Like the funny part was that people used to think that both of them were girls because the haircut that my mom is not very good at like doing hair. And you know, in Romania there was that idea that oh the mother should like cut the hair and save some money. I had the same ugly, horrible haircut they did when I was their age. Chinese mothers with twins. I think that was a racist joke. Like here in the US, you cannot make jokes like that. People will be, especially the white people, are gonna be offended, which is weird. Like white people here in the US will get offended for other colors on their behalf, kind of like that. So that was weird experience, I guess. Did not expect it. But it's just a lot of weird stuff that, you know, like happens here in the US, and so and it's so different from like one state to another. Now I want an SJW to beat me up. I mean, I don't remember in Romania having racism be such a prevalent part of society and just in general being such a big issue. Um, I don't know. I mean, I looked very European, you know, blonde with blue eyes, so like I didn't stand out. But we did have gypsies in the classroom, and they were like wasn't that big of a deal. I don't remember any of them being bullied for being gypsies. Like usually, when I was a kid, people got bullied for being fat. Like that was if you were fat, you had the target painted on your back. So fat, glasses was another reason to get picked on. And that's what I mostly got picked on for because I had glasses. And oh, of course, if you're blonde, that was the reason. And like people would be confused. Oh, you're a smart blonde. How did that happen? You're a blonde, but you have glasses. And then like some kids were confused that that was possible. Because they thought that only smart people have glasses. And blonde women are stupid, therefore how does someone that has glasses, has blonde hair could be smart or something like that. Being ugly, I didn't get teased that much for being ugly. I got teased on for still being a virgin in high school, for having acne. I don't know if I got teased for being ugly. Like I don't remember being called ugly. But I think maybe boys got teased for being ugly. I don't really remember. Um, don't think it was that much of an issue. I don't know, maybe other girls got teased for being ugly. I don't think I was a beauty, so maybe I just never ran into that kind of an issue. Usually like strange facial features was more of a problem. Like for example, I had one colleague and it wasn't just him, like the ones that had big ears, like they would really get teased. The boys with big ears. Fatty had a bit of an acne. Yeah, I think a friend of mine, she was overweight and she like got teased way more than me for that. I was super skinny, so I usually got teased for not having boobs at 12 years because I actually had colleagues that at age 13 they had really big boobs, so they would go on and tease the other girls that didn't have big boobs or didn't have boobs at all. So it was like, flat chest, you know. You're so flat, you're like whatever, I don't remember what they used to say. Fashion profile shows I have black descendants and they called me monkey. Oh wow, I'm so sorry about that. I don't know, maybe the gypsies got teased and called crows because usually that's what is like the derogatory term for gypsies in Romania. It's crow. Because I guess Romanians didn't know about monkeys because they were so backwater and like isolated from the rest of the world. But you know, I see now in like shitty newspapers that they do make fun of black people and like call them monkeys and stuff like that because they're reading Fox News and watching Fox News. So, you know, all the stupid Romanians now think that, oh, you know, it's okay to do stuff like this. Take care, Jun. I mean, even like 9/11 was when I was 11 years old, and like it took them super long to make the connection that I have Middle Eastern descent. And only in college, like 10 years later, I started hearing jokes about I'm like, oh, when are you gonna start the jihad? When are you gonna do this or that? And like it took them super long. And of course it was usually the stupidest people in the classroom that made jokes like that. Because they were like, they wanted attention and they were not getting attention because their work in their films that they were making, because I usually got teased at the film school, not at the economics academy. So the films that they were putting out were really crappy, and like the teachers were complaining that they're not doing anything good. So I guess their idea of getting some attention was to make jokes like this. But like from the stories that I got, they in America they were really vicious about foreigners. Like I know kids of Romanian people that settled here 20, 30 years ago, and they had kids in the US, and the kids went to public schools in the US. Like they would get teased a lot. I don't know if that line should be there. I'm thinking maybe not. I don't see what purpose it would serve. And the staircase, I think, is a bit crooked. No, it isn't. I think it's not. Let me see. No, it's straight. I wonder what's with the perspective, that it seems like it's slanted to the side. Or maybe it's just my imagination, like it could be just in my head. Sometimes how I interpret some things. Okay, and the door, and the door had that line below. The frame, I think it can be just that part, but I'm gonna draw the extra detail here because it's no problem for me. There we go. And I got half an hour left. Okay. Am I on the right layer? Like, I'm always worried that I'm not on the right layer. Okay, and this would be here. Her classmates called her monkey when, like, she was little. I think I got lucky because when I was little, people didn't really know about Muslims. So, like, I never got Muslim, Jew. They were like, they didn't know what it was, but they knew about gypsies. So I think they teased more my gypsy colleagues, although I don't remember that happening that much. Like for Romania anyway, since we came out of communism, race and gender wasn't that big of an issue as it is now. I mean, it seems that that's my impression of it. Like, kids usually targeted fat kids. They targeted, you know, if you had glasses, if you had big ears. Usually that was the reason why kids got teased. It wasn't teased based on religion or the fact that it's a girl or a boy. I think that has become much more prevalent as of recent times. I mean, I don't know, what do you remember as it being in school, and like what your nieces and nephews tell you about what's going on? And stinky, it's gotten stinky. There's a lot of trash, or what do you mean by it's gotten stinky? Ah, stinky kids got targeted by others. I don't remember if I had stinky classmates. Oh, what school did you, unfortunate soul, have to go to? Yeah, I don't know what issue is. Like, my sister told me that she had a classmate that also smelled bad all the time, so like she would get picked on and teased. And like, if you were nice to that person, then the whole class would turn against you if you were a decent human being to that person. So like, nobody dared to be nice to her. Yeah, I probably had like a medical problem or something. Like there's a lot of stuff that they are finding cures now, which is better late than never. Like there's some people that just smell like a dead fish, and it's something to do with their glands and it's genetic. Oh wait, this is the color I'm looking for. Bush color. I had a classmate that I had to sit next to. Yep, they called me monkey. Yeah, Indians are usually monkey for their onion smell. Mocked. Misread that. I don't know, it just depends. Maybe some have weird diet. Also, there are some people that just don't have the a door at their kitchen. So I had colleagues that in Romania always smelled like schnitzel and French fries, because their mothers would cook very fatty stuff, and then they would like not close the door where they kept the clothes. I don't know, but like I had classmates that always smelled like fried food, which wasn't that bad. But one time I sat next to a Japanese guy in an airplane, and he smelled like seaweed, a very strong smell of seaweed, which I thought was kind of weird. Because initially I didn't know what the smell was, but then they brought us some onigiri on the plane to eat, and then I realized, oh, you smell like my food. Yeah. He was coming from Germany, and he was like super upset of the working conditions there, which I was surprised, because like usually Japanese people are very hard working. So I would be surprised that the Germans are more hardworking than the Japanese, that you would feel like that, but I don't know. You meet the strangest people on the plane. You know, whenever I meet a foreigner that has a very strong food smell, like I always wonder, do I smell like, I don't know, pizza or something like that? Because it's something that I eat often. And then I wonder, I mean, I like pizza. I don't think anybody in Europe would mind it if I smelled like pizza, but maybe some other cultures don't appreciate the smell as much. I mean, who knows? The guy may have been spraying on some seaweed cologne because it smells very tasty to them. Like, I don't know. Although I don't think anybody would use like bacon, fried bacon cologne. Although I admit I would be tempted, slightly tempted, because I really like the smell of bacon, especially on the grill. I know I smell like You met the lazy Japanese guy. I'm like the only lazy Japanese person in existence, and I met him. Once when I went to Sardinia to visit my friends, they cooked cinghiale. So it's like a wild boar? There's a video game that I'm playing. It's called Stardew Valley, and you cannot eat meat in that game. I mean, you cannot eat I mean, fish is okay because apparently to the author, like, that's not animal cruelty. He said that there's no possibility to eat meat in the game because it's against his beliefs of animal cruelty and blah blah blah. Like, my hair, my clothes, all suitcase took that flavor. I wouldn't feel that bad if I was you. I mean, it sounds tasty. And like in the game, rabbits can drop you rabbit feet. Like they still have 4 feet, but like every time they drop you a lucky rabbit's foot that you can sell. You can eat fish, but eating pig or chicken is not okay, and it just annoys the hell out of me. And there are no meat mods on Nexus Mods. It was like the website where you can find mods for every game. Strong smell and taste. I don't like it that much. I'm curious, like I would try it. Or when I go to Chinese all you can eat, I smell like a fried girl. Yeah, they smell very strong, the all you can eat buffets and Chinese ones. Like we usually take the food home because we don't like how it smells inside, but the food is good most of the time. I mean, we had some indigestions. Here in the US, the Chinese food in Germany, I've never had any problems with it. I mean, maybe they have higher standards of hygiene than in the US. Or in fast food. Yeah. So I want a mod in Stardew Valley so I can have like Peking duck and the other kinds of ducks, and I'm super annoyed I can't eat any animals in there. And I guess I'm most annoyed with kind of the half-assed vegetarian thing. Like, fish is not considered meat. Like, how is not fish considered meat? Ah. I mean, I wouldn't consider maybe not even chicken meat. Like, oh, it's raining? Wow. You're finally getting some rain. Good for you. Yeah, you're getting some relief from all the heat and get to breathe a bit. Maybe a bit bluer. Okay, back to panel 9. Where is it? Oh, there we go. Kind of the light is coming from the front. Oops. Well, okay. Okay, now I can color. I can do the shading easily. And the last panel with Erwin, and after this I'm gonna end the stream. Put bush color, and I'm gonna add some textures later on. But until then, I'm just gonna color this green. And that's pretty much it. Oh, here the panel 3, add the grass. Yep, and this was it for today's stream. I think Thursday I'm going to continue with the pumpkin and the bat illustration for the giveaway, for the art giveaway. And this page is going to be done for Sunday and published on Sunday on Tapastic, and you can read all the pages there. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.